Hello, hello, hello. A massive, warm, and absolutely enthusiastic welcome to all of our listeners out there.
Oh,
You have tuned into English Steps, the deep dive series where we take a walk through the English language together.
we do indeed.
I am your guide today, and I am so excited to be here. I love breaking down the tricky parts of English, the difficult stuff, and making it easy, accessible, and, well, fun for you to understand.
And hello, everyone. It is so great to be here. I'm the curious student. I'm here to learn, just like you. I've got my notebook open, I have my favorite pen, and I am so ready to ask all the questions that I know you are probably thinking about at home.
It's wonderful to have you here. We cover a lot of topics on English Steps. We talk about business, we talk about travel,
All
food,
the big stuff.
all the big stuff. But today
Yeah?
is, well, it's a bit special.
Oh, yeah. Why is today special? Is it because of my hair?
Well, actually, yes. It is exactly because of your hair.
Oh, wow.
Today, on this deep dive, we are going to talk about a very specific mission. I think it's a mission that every single person faces, especially when they're living in a new country or, traveling abroad.
Okay.
We're going to talk about going to the hairdresser or the barbershop.
Oh, wow. The hairdresser. When you announced this topic, I actually felt a little bit of, knot in my stomach, a bit of fear.
Fear? Really? Why fear?
Because it's stressful.
Yeah.
It is honestly one of the most stressful experiences you can have in a second language. I'm not kidding.
I think you're absolutely right. It is a mission. It's
Yeah.
this very specific mission, right?
Yeah.
Navigating that stressful experience of just sitting in the chair. But let's analyze that for a second.
Okay.
Why do you think it is so scary? I mean, buying a coffee isn't scary.
No.
Buying a train ticket isn't scary. Why is a haircut so scary?
I have thought about this a lot, actually. I think it's because it's semi-permanent.
Semi-permanent, okay.
Like, if I go to a coffee shop and I accidentally order a tea instead of a coffee, it's fine. I can drink the tea. Or I can just throw it away and buy another one,
Right. Low stakes.
Exactly. The mistake costs me maybe $3 and it lasts for 10 minutes. But a haircut, if I make a mistake at the hairdresser, if I say the wrong word, I have to wear that mistake on my head for 2 months.
Huh. That is such a good way to put it.
Everyone can see my grammar mistake?
You're wearing your grammar mistake on your head. Wow. That is the core problem we are going to solve today.
Please.
We are going to solve the problem of haircut anxiety.
Yay.
We've gathered some great sources, expert advice, and vocabulary lists to help our listeners and you survive the salon.
Please help me. Because usually I just sit down, the hairdresser looks at me asking what I want, and I just freeze.
Right. The panic sets in.
Total panic. My mind goes completely blank, and I just say the most dangerous phrase in the English language.
Ooh. Let me guess. I think I know what you say.
I bet you do.
Do you say, make it look good?
Yes. I say just make it look good. And I smile nervously.
Oh, no. That is the recipe for disaster. Make it look good is so, so dangerous. I mean, think about it. Good is subjective.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just an opinion. What looks good to a, 20-year-old funky, cool hairdresser might look terrible to you. They might think a bright blue mohawk looks good. You want a blue mohawk?
I definitely do not want a blue mohawk. I work in an office.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know you've had some bad experiences before.
Oh, I have. I have had what I like to call a haircut heartbreak.
Haircut heartbreak. I love that phrase. Tell me what that means to you.
It's that specific feeling. You know the one. You pay the hairdresser, you walk out of the shop, you're walking down the street, and
Right.
you catch your reflection in a shop window.
The moment of truth.
Yes. You look at yourself and your heart just breaks. You want to cry. You want to go home, put on a hat, and just hide under a blanket for 3 weeks because you couldn't describe what you wanted.
We are going to stop haircut heartbreak right now, today. That's our goal.
Good.
We're going to give you the power of words. We have structured this deep dive into 3 very clear sections to guide you through the whole process, from the moment you walk in to the moment you leave.
Okay, that sounds manageable. What's the roadmap for today?
So we start at the very beginning. Section 1 is the consultation. This is the conversation you have before the scissors even touch your hair.
The most important part, I'm guessing.
The most important part. Then section 2 is describing the style. This is where we talk about the specific look, the tools, and the differences between a barber and a salon.
Okay.
And section 3 is the finishing touches.
Consultation style, finishing. I like it. It follows the flow of the real experience.
Exactly. So are you ready to start with section 1?
I am ready. Let's dive into step 1, the consultation.
Okay. Step one, the consultation. So like we said, this is the most important moment. This happens before the cape goes on or, right when you sit down. The hairdresser stands behind you, looks in the mirror, maybe plays with your hair a bit, and asks that big question.
What are we doing today?
Exactly.
And this is when I usually start sweating. My hands get clammy.
Well, don't sweat. The golden rule here is so simple. Be specific about the amount.
The amount.
The amount of hair you want the hairdresser to remove. And this brings us to a massive, massive word analysis. Do you know the difference between a trim and a cut?
Honestly, I thought they were the same thing. They're synonyms, right? Don't they both just mean making hair shorter?
Technically, if you look in a dictionary, perhaps they are similar, but emotionally and practically, in a salon environment, they are very, very different.
Okay.
Let's unpack this deeply because this is where most of the mistakes happen.
Okay, unpack it for me. What is a trim?
A trim, that's T-R-I-M, is a small adjustment. It is just cutting the very ends. When you ask for a trim, you are sending a very specific message to the hairdresser.
Okay, what's the message?
You're saying, I like my style. I like my shape. I don't want to change how I look. I just want to make my hair healthy.
Okay, so a trim is safe. A trim is small. It's like polishing a car, not painting it a new color.
That is a brilliant analogy. I love that. Polishing the car, not painting it.
Correct.
You are just maintaining what you already have.
Got it. And what about a cut?
A cut.
Yeah.
If you say, I want a haircut or please cut my hair, this implies a radical change. It implies you want to remove a significant amount of hair.
Oh, wow. Okay, so if I sit down and say, can you cut my hair? The hairdresser might think I want a totally new look.
Exactly. They might think, great, this person wants a change. Let's chop it all off. Let's do something crazy and artistic.
Oh, no.
Whereas if you say trim, they know to be careful. They know you're being conservative.
This is very, very important. I have a question then.
Rougher.
What if my hair is just messy? Like, I don't want a big change, but I want it to look tidy. Do I say cut then?
No. That's a great question. You should still stick with trim, or you could use a phrase like tidy up. If you say cut, you open the door to big changes. The word cut is powerful. You have to use it carefully.
Okay, so trim is safe. Cut is brave. I will remember that.
Now, to have a really successful consultation, you need a bit more than just those two words. We need to do a vocabulary deep dive.
All right.
We have a few key terms that will absolutely save your life in that chair.
Okay, I have my notebook ready. What's the first one?
The first one is split ends.
Split ends. I've definitely heard this in shampoo commercials on TV. No more split ends, but what exactly are they?
Okay, so imagine a single hair. It's kind of like a piece of rope. When a rope is new, the end is tight and clean, right?
Yeah.
But if the rope is old and used, the end starts to fray. It separates into all those little strings.
Yes, I can visualize that perfectly.
Your hair does the exact same thing. When hair is old or, damaged by the sun or heat or styling, the tip of the hair literally splits into two. It looks frizzy, it looks unhealthy, it can feel really dry, like straw.
Ah, okay. So the split ends are the damaged tips that need to go.
Exactly. They're the unhealthy part. So a great sentence to use is, I just want to remove the split ends. This tells the hairdresser you want to keep your length, but you want your hair to be healthy.
That is very useful. Just the split ends, please. It sounds like I actually know what I'm talking about.
It does. It sounds very precise. Now, what if you actually do want it shorter? What if your hair is down to your back and you want it, say, at your shoulders?
Then I can say cut.
Yes, you can. But an even better, more professional sounding phrase is take off the length.
Take off the length. Okay.
Yes, but be careful. You usually want to say how much length. For example, can you take off a little length? Or even better, take off about 2 inches of length.
Ah, being specific again.
Always be specific. This is the best vocabulary for making the hair shorter overall.
Okay, so split ends is for health. Take off length is for size.
Correct. Now, what if you have the opposite problem? I'm looking at your hair and it looks very thick.
It is. It is a blessing and a curse. In the winter, it keeps me warm. But in the summer, oh my goodness, it feels like I am wearing a heavy wool hat. It is just so hot.
Right. And sometimes people with thick hair go to the hairdresser and say, make it shorter just because they're hot. But then they lose their style.
Yes. They look like a mushroom.
Exactly. You don't want it short. You just want it less heavy.
Yes, less heavy is the perfect way to describe it.
The phrase you need is Take some weight out.
Take some weight out. That sounds like a diet.
It is a diet for your hair. I love that. When you say this, the hairdresser will use special scissors. We call them thinning shears.
Oh, I've seen those. They look a bit scary. They look like scissors with teeth.
They do. They have teeth like a comb. They don't cut a straight line. They sort of cut every other hair or every third hair. This removes the bulk and the thickness from the inside, but, and this is the magic part, it doesn't change the length.
That is actual magic. So my hair looks the same length, but it just feels lighter.
Exactly. It will have more movement. It won't feel like a heavy blanket on your head.
I'm definitely 100% going to use that. Can we take some weight out? It feels too thick.
Perfect. Now, there's one more phrase in this section. It's kind of a safety phrase. If you are really scared and you just want to look neat and tidy, you say, clean up the edges.
Clean up the edges. That sounds very safe. It sounds like cleaning a room, you know? Just making it tidy.
Precisely. It usually refers to the hairline, so around the ears and on the neck. It's perfect for shorter hair.
Got it.
So let's practice. I want you to role play with me for a second.
Okay.
I am the hairdresser. You are the customer. You're a little bit nervous. You don't want a big change. What do you say?
Okay. Hello. My hair is okay, but the ends are a bit bad. I would like a trim, just an inch off the bottom, please.
Stop right there. That was excellent.
Really?
Yes, your pronunciation was great. You used the magic word, trim. You gave a measurement just an inch, and you specified the location off the bottom. That is so clear. No hairdresser on earth can misunderstand that.
I actually felt pretty confident saying that. A trim, just an inch.
You sounded it. Okay, let's try one more. You have very thick hair. It's July. It is 35 degrees outside. You are sweating. Go.
Okay. Hi, I love my length, so please don't cut it, but it is just too heavy. Can we take some weight out?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Take some weight out. You have passed step 1. You survived the consultation.
Phew. Okay. But now I am sitting in the chair, and the cape is on me. The water spray bottle is coming out. We are moving to section 2, right?
Yes. Section 2. Step 2, describing the style.
Yeah.
Now, this depends very heavily on where you are. Are you at a barber or are you at a salon?
Is there a really big difference? I mean, at the end of the day, they both cut hair.
Oh, a huge difference. In the environment, in the tools, in the vocabulary.
Okay, tell me about the environment first.
Well, a barbershop is typically for shorter hairstyles, often for men, but not always. It might be a bit louder, maybe more chatting, maybe sports on the TV. It usually smells like talcum powder.
I can picture that.
And the main tool, clippers.
Clippers. Those are the electric machines that go psst. Right.
Exactly, the electric buzzing machines. Whereas a stylist in a salon typically creates a different atmosphere.
Oh.
It might
yeah.
smell like flowers or some expensive shampoo. They play relaxing music. And they typically use shears.
Shears. Is that just a fancy word for scissors?
It is. In the hair industry, they call them shears. They're very sharp, very precise scissors. And so depending on the tool, the vocabulary changes. Let's talk about salon vocabulary first. A huge word here is layers.
Layers. L-A-Y-E-R-S.
Yes. Think about a cake. A delicious chocolate cake with layers of cream and sponge.
Okay, now I'm hungry. Thanks for that.
Well, in hair, layers means cutting the hair at different lengths throughout the head. So the hair on the top might be shorter than the hair on the bottom.
Why would I want that?
Volume, body, movement. If all your hair is the same length, gravity pulls it down. It looks flat. It looks heavy.
Like a curtain.
Exactly like a curtain. If you cut layers, the hair becomes lighter and bouncier. It has more volume.
Ah, I see. So if my hair looks like that heavy curtain, I might ask for layers to give it some life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you add some layers? It's a great phrase to use. Now, if we go back to the barber side of things, there is a very popular term right now, a fade.
A fade. Like to fade away, to disappear.
Kind of. A fade is a specific style where the hair is very, very short at the bottom, sometimes even shaved right down to the skin, and it gradually gets longer as you go up the head. It fades from skin to hair.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. It looks very cool. Very modern. So I would say, can I get a fade?
Yes. But be prepared. They might ask you how high you want the fade. But I'd like a fade is a great start. Now, here is a vocabulary word that changes depending on which country you are in. It's a cultural difference.
Oh, I love these. Is this a UK versus US English situation?
It is. We are talking about the hair that covers your forehead. You know, the hair right above your eyes.
Okay, I know exactly what you mean.
In American English, we call these bangs.
Bangs. B-A-N-G-S. Like a sound. Bang, bang.
Yes, same spelling. I think I want to get bangs.
Really?
Very common phrase.
Okay, but what if I'm in London? Or Manchester? Or Liverpool? What do I say then?
Then you must switch your brain to British English. In the UK, if you go to a hairdresser, they call it a fringe.
Fringe, F-R-I-N-G-E. That sounds a bit fancier, like the fringe on a carpet or a curtain.
Exactly. So if you're in New York, you say, I want bangs. Or if
Huh?
you were in London, you say, I want a fringe.
That is so good to know. I don't want to confuse the New York hairdresser by asking for a part of a carpet on my forehead.
Definitely not. Now let's talk about the style of the rest of the hair. We have the part.
The part. This is the line, right, where the hair divides.
Yes. It is the line where your hair is divided. Most people don't just let their hair fall randomly. We organize it. You can have a middle part right down the center or a side part off to one side.
I feel like this is a big fashion debate all the time. Some people say middle parts are cool. Some people say side parts are cool.
It changes every single year.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to tell your barber or stylist what you want. You should practice asking for a side part.
Okay. I'd like a side part, please. Simple.
Simple and effective. Now, we have to talk about the numbers game. This is strictly for the clippers, so this is usually in a barber shop.
Okay, this is where I panic. The barber says, what number do you want? And I say, 7. And they look at me weirdly.
7 is very long for clippers. It might not even cut anything.
See? I knew it was wrong.
The numbers refer to the plastic guards they put on the machine.
The plastic attachment.
Yes. And the rule is very simple. The lower the number, the shorter the hair.
Okay. Lower number, shorter hair. I can remember that.
A number 1 is very, very short. We're talking almost bald. You can see the skin of your scalp very clearly.
Okay. Risky. Very risky.
A number 2 is probably the most common short haircut. It's short, it's tidy, you can see the scalp a little bit, but you still have a decent amount of hair.
So number 2 is safe but short.
Yes. If you go up to a number 3 or number 4, now we are talking about maybe half an inch of hair.
Yeah.
It looks darker, fuller. It's more of a business haircut maybe.
Okay. So I shouldn't just guess number 1 unless I want to look like I'm joining the army.
Exactly. A number 2 on the sides is a classic, safe choice. A very common request is, can I get a number 2 on the sides and then scissors on top?
Number 2 on the sides. Okay. I'm writing that down in big letters. That saves me from guessing number 1 and looking like an egg.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Knowing your numbers is a superpower in a barbershop.
Okay, wow. I feel like I'm learning so much. We have covered the consultation and the style.
We have indeed. And you know what time it is?
Is it test time? I have a feeling it's test time.
It is time for a POPOQUIZ.
Oh, boy. Okay, I hope I was listening properly.
This is for our listeners, too. I want everyone to listen closely. I'm going to ask a question based on what we just discussed. I will give you exactly 5 seconds to think. Wait.
Ready?
Here's the situation. You are sitting in the chair. You want to keep your hair long. You do not want a big change. You only want to remove the damaged tips of your hair. Do you ask for a cut or a trim? Okay, think now. All right, time is up. What is the answer?
The answer is a trim. It has to be a trim.
Correct. And why? Tell us why one last time.
Because a cut implies a big change or, removing a lot of hair. A trim is just for maintenance. It means a small adjustment to keep it healthy.
Perfect. You passed the quiz with flying colors. Listeners, I hope you got that right, too. Trim is your best friend if you're nervous.
Okay, so moving on. I have survived the cut or the trim. The hairdresser is putting down the scissors. Are we done? Can I leave?
Not yet. Not so fast. We are in Section 3, Step 3, the finishing touches.
The finishing touches. This is usually when I just want to run away. I want to pay and leave as fast as possible.
Don't run. This is a critical moment. The rule here is so important. Speak up before you leave the chair. You are still the customer. The service isn't over.
It's hard, though. They're showing me the mirror. Everyone is looking.
I know. We will get to the mirror. But first, let's talk about styling. The hairdresser might grab a hairdryer. This is called a blow dry.
A blow dry.
Okay, they might ask, do you want a blow dry? This means styling it with hot air so it looks really nice and finished when you leave.
I like a blow dry. It makes me feel expensive for about 10 minutes.
It is a nice feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Then they will probably reach for a bottle or a jar. We call this product.
Product. Just product. That's a very vague word.
It is. It's a general catch-all term. It covers gel, wax, clay, hairspray, mousse, all of that stuff. The hairdresser doesn't usually list them all. They just say, do you want some product in it?
Okay. That makes sense. Sometimes I don't like the sticky feeling. I don't really like gel.
And that is totally fine. You can say no. But before that, let's look at one more specific term for the back of your neck. Tapered.
Tapered. T-A-P-E-R-E-D. What does that mean?
It refers to the hairline on your neck. You basically have two choices. You can have a squared or block neck, which is a straight hard line,
Okay.
or you can have a tapered neck. A tapered neck means the hair gradually gets shorter and shorter until it just disappears into your skin. It looks very natural.
Why is tapered a useful word here? What's the benefit?
Because it grows out so much better. If you get a square line, after 1 week you have hair growing below that hard line, it looks messy really fast.
Yeah, I see.
If you get it tapered, it looks natural for weeks and weeks.
That is a pro tip. I had no idea. Can you taper the back?
Yes. Taper the back, please. Okay, now for the moment of truth. They pick up the handheld mirror, they spin your chair around, they hold up the mirror to show you the back of your head.
Gulp. This is the scary moment.
What if? What if it's not quite right? What if the top is still a little bit too long for your liking?
I usually just say nothing. I am too shy. I just nod and smile.
No, you can't. You have to speak. But you can be polite. You don't have to be angry or rude. You must use your useful phrases for adjustments.
Okay, give me a polite phrase. I need a polite phrase.
Let's say the top is still too long. You can say, could you take just a little more off the top?
Could you take a little more off the top? That sounds very polite. Not demanding.
It's very polite. It starts with, could you? It's a request, not a command. Or imagine they are holding the jar of wax. You hate wax. What do you say?
I don't usually use product, thanks.
Perfect. You're declining the extra service, but you're being nice about it. I don't usually use product, thanks. You're giving a gentle reason.
Okay. And what if? What if a miracle happens? What if I look in the mirror and I actually genuinely love it?
Then you need the happy ending phrase. You smile, you look them in the eye, and you say, that looks great, thank you.
That looks great, thank you. And then I can pay and run away happy.
Then you tip, you pay, and you walk out of that salon looking and feeling fantastic.
Amazing. I feel so much better about this now. I feel like I can actually do this. This is a solvable problem.
I'm so glad. It really is. Let's do a quick recap in our outro. We covered 3 very clear steps today.
Okay, so step 1, the consultation. The golden rule is to be specific. Use trim for small changes and cut for the big, brave changes.
And step 2, describing the style. Know your tools. Clippers versus shears. Layers versus fades. And please, please know your clipper numbers. A number 2 is safe.
And step 3, the finishing touches. Speak up. Ask for a blow dry if you want it. You can say no to product if you don't. And remember to ask for adjustments politely.
You've got it. Listeners, if you enjoyed this deep dive and you want to keep improving your English every single day, please remember to subscribe to English Steps. We have so many more topics like this to cover. We are here to help you.
Yes, please subscribe. We want to help you with every single part of your life in English. Join our community.
Now, before we go, we have one final engagement question for you. This is a question about your personality in the salon.
Ooh, a personality test. I love these.
The question is this. Are you a chatty Cathy who talks the whole time in the chair, or do you prefer a silent service?
Chatty Cathy versus silent service. Can you explain Chatty Cathy for the listeners who might not know that one?
For sure. A chatty Cathy is an idiom for someone who talks a lot. They're very chatty. Chat, chat, chat. How are the kids? How's the weather? Did you see the big game last night? You talk for the full 30 minutes.
Okay, I know some people like that. And silent service.
That's when you sit down.
Yeah.
You say hello. You explain your haircut very clearly using your new vocabulary.
Yeah.
And then you close your eyes. You say nothing until the very end. You just enjoy the silence.
I have to be honest, I am definitely a silent service person, 100%.
Really? But you talk so much on the show.
I know it's funny, but when I'm at the hairdresser, I find it so relaxing. I almost fall asleep. If I have to try and speak English the whole time, it feels like work again. I just want to relax and zone out. What about you?
I think I'm a mix. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I am a total chatty Cathy. I make friends with my barber. We talk about football, politics, everything.
Oh, wow.
But if I'm tired or I've had a long week, I absolutely love the silence. Listeners, let us know what you are.
Yes, tell us. Are you chatty or silent? We'd love to know.
Thank you so much for listening to this deep dive on English Steps. Good luck with your next haircut.
Good luck. No more haircut heartbreak. Bye, everyone.
Bye.